My name remains Honorable Sylvester Obaga, representing Abakaliki Federal Constituency. I'm from Ebonyi State. I move that a bill for NAC to establish the Chartered Institute of Social Work Professionals and to make provisions, among other things, for membership and control of professions of social works and for other related matters be read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker. As we all know that this bill has shown some controversial nature based on the first bill, but I made clarifications on this version of the bill. The bill that was passed is purely for the Council for Social Works. And this aspect is the Institute of Social Works Professionals. This has to do with all the professionals that have services on social work. So these bills hovers around the areas with profession of special education, community development, remedial education, adult education, and national orientation. So it goes beyond the establishment of the council to regulate the activities of these people to an institutional provisions that will give these professionals line of operations. In Nigeria today, we thought about the issue of things that are illegal in the society we believe. The human trafficking, the baby factories, the motherless babies, damaging rumors in the society, and local reformatories, where people are treated by tying their legs and hands, and the only treatment they get is beating those people to find them. So what this bill is going to do is to say who has that knowledge to establish a motherless baby home, who has that qualification to have a reformatories and provide remedials to children's vulnerable persons in the society. And sometimes we paint pictures of people living in the rural area, believing that they are so impoverished that they cannot do so many things. Sometimes they lack orientation, they lack directions. This professionals' work is to bring the programs of government close to the grassroots, direct the affairs of people less privileged to be able to arrive at equals with their counterparts in the developed environment. So this bill, the one I have, like the council provision, should derive from the national budget. But this institutional budget bill does not provide the same, it has 37 sections. But if you look at the sections that has to do with their finances, they have nothing to do with the national budget. They fend for themselves, provide employment for people, and direct the affairs of the less privileged. That is the difference in this bill. So it does not talk about deriving their sources from the federal government. They give training to their members, relate them to the activities of what other professionals are doing, in line with upliftment of the less privileged and the rural dwellers. So when we give them these legal frameworks, they will be on their own and moderate these issues that are vices in the societies. Sometimes if you go to a motherless baby's home, you may not even see signboard, you may not even know the owner of the motherless baby's home. It is a professional way of trafficking the small ones or selling them for rituals and other activities. This bill, when it is passed, will coordinate the affairs of this. We do not try to interfere with what happens at the local government with social welfare offices. Today, you appoint somebody who didn't even have anything to do with social work profession as a social welfare officer. Just because he was employed there, he grew on rank and got to the level of director, and he becomes the leader of that area. So, but if we do what this bill intends to do, the direction should be clear, the activities should be known, and who does what should also be clear. So I appeal to my dear colleagues to support this bill so that we can, in turn, bring clarity to the people and then have a very transparent way of doing things in this area of life. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. President's contention in the letter we read here declining assent to this bill was that there's no definition of the profession of social work, number one. And in the bill, it sought to place a ban on anyone other than a member of the profession practicing the profession of social work. And the thinking is that social work is something so nebulous that any patriotic citizen could be called upon to do so. The thinking is that it's very restrictive. If you say no one can practice social work apart from registered members of the profession. So I don't know in what way have you addressed those concerns in the bill?
In the lead debate I shared, I had some definitions, or where I said, who are these social workers? He said, there are professionals trained specifically on social works discipline to build partnership among other professions working in the field of psychosocial intervention, caregivers, collaborating with families, communities on challenging issues, and changing the social policies to address the issue of poverty, employment, housing, and social justice, supporting the development of prevention of programs for less privileged and special cases. So this is a definition of who the social workers or social works professionals are.
The motion say aye. Those against it say nay. The ayes have it. Now invite the clerk to read the long title of the bill.
Bill for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Social Work Practitioners and to make provisions, among other things, for membership and control of the profession of social works and for related matters. Second reading.